Hello and welcome to a 1v1 cast on Leviathan Hive. Starting off, we have Paranoid Kami playing as the Force Commander with that green and blue skin, and we have Adila playing as the Warp Spider Exarch. Today is the day of the monthly Rumble tournament. The monthly Rumble tournament will be starting in 3 hours 3 hours after this cast has been uploaded, so be sure to check out my Twitch in the description box. You'll be able to find it. And you'll be able to watch the tournament live. If you are not watching the tournament live, you can always watch it on YouTube when I upload it later on. And hopefully I've got the times right, because I'm actually casting this a few days early and not on the day of the tournament, so I can't actually tell if I've got the time right or not. But it's 5 PM UTC, which should be 3 hours after this cast has been uploaded. But anyway, Adila starting off with double power node, going to go for a lighter tier 1 build, only having a single Dire Avenger squad and a single Banshee squad. Will be putting down an early generator and 2 early power nodes as well. Banshee's going to be making their way through mid, will be meeting some double scouts here. Dire Avenger's going to be meeting some tactical marines on that right hand side. Banshees though are going to be trying to help out these Dire Avengers here, but taking a lot of damage. The Force Commander coming in to support the tactical marines, Warp Spider coming in to tie up these scouts in range combat. Banshees decide to turn, and looks like they want to go after these scouts instead. One scout model going down here for PK already, and a very fast guiding weapons team is going to be coming out here for Adila. Scouts forced to retreat away, or one of them is forced to retreat away. Second one, I would imagine, might retreat away as well. Warp Spider might be able to pick off a model, but the scouts do get behind a shot blocker. Tactical Marines are going to be coming in for a flank as well. Force Commander going to try and tie up that Warp Spider as well. Warp Spider is actually ignored instead. Force Commander is going to go for the Banshees instead. The Warp Spider trying to type these tactical marines in melee combat. Banshees coming in as well. Get better angle here. The Banshees going to try and chase down these tactical marines very low. Could actually get one model, but the Banshees themselves extremely low will be forced off instead. And I'll put the camera back to normal. This pillar was blocking it, and Warp Spider doesn't actually have enough energy to teleport right now. I believe it's 35 energy to teleport, or 30. I can't actually remember which. It's 35 actually. The Warp Spider here going to tie up that Force Commander in melee, or going to get meleeed by the Force Commander rather, and will be forced away. But the Guardian Weapons team now out here for Adila, but there is a grenade available for the scouts here. The Guardian Weapons team saying that very far forward. Grenade could get thrown here. Will get thrown, but the Guardian Weapons team will dodge it. When the Guardian Weapons team is still mid setup, it can tear down instantly. You need to wait for it to be fully set up for it to have that long tear down effect. So if you wait for it to be fully set up, then throw the grenade, then the Guardian Weapons team won't be able to get out the way of the grenade in time, basically. But already 2 generators here for Adila, one on either power farm. Meanwhile, Paranoid Kami has actually gone for 2 generators on the same farm. No power node over here though. We'll probably finish up this generator farm first and then put down a power node over on that other side. Adila coming in, also getting the aspects of strength on his Banshees as well, very good against vehicles later on. Light vehicles really, like such as Razorbacks, not really good for fighting melee dreadnoughts. And that's also with an Exarch only. If you don't have the Exarch, then the aspects of strength isn't going to change too much in Banshees. Does give you a 10% health boost and also allows you to scream as well to suppress squads. Force Commander though gained very low, 200 HP. Banshees might be able to finish him off, especially if they fleet in, but they might also be able to fight his tactical marines. Will presumably scream and suppress them, but they will actually get forced off. Scouts coming in as well for some support. Banshees retreat away before the scouts are able to throw a grenade. Warlock also getting purchased into the Dire Avengers here. They're looking for a very light tier 1 here. Hasn't gotten out a second tier 1.5 unit. Looks like he's just going to try and manage with just these 3 squads in total. Meanwhile, Paranoid Kami going to go for a heavier tier 1 with a scout sergeant and also an ASM squad. Dire Avengers though. Wow. That special, that leap rather from the Warlock. Knocking down so many models there. Paranoid Kami going to be throwing a grenade on retreat here, going to catch out 2 of the Dire Avenger models here, but the Warlock will live along with another model from the Dire Avengers, and a power bash will begin here. Adila with 2 generators on this farm, 2 generators on the secondary farm. Guardian Weapons team looks like it's going to come in for a bit of a flank really. And Force Commander is also, or the Warp Spider is going to be tied up by some ASMs that have just come out of base. Scouts going to get forced off, 2 of the models getting taken down actually by that Guardian Weapons team. And Paranoid Kami going to be trying to move outside the arc of that Guardian Weapons team, but Banshee's coming in here once again, back up to full health, and it's actually going to force him to do a full retreat back to base. ASM's going to be recapping the natural VP that was lost earlier. 419 VPs to 434. Guardian Weapons team is going to be setting up here on the power farm of Paranoid Kami. Adila going to be the first person to take up 2 tier 2. Paranoid Kami going to be a little bit farther behind, but not that far behind though. Force Commander with the Battle Cry activated. Warp Spider will probably dodge that actually. Dodges it, and Force Commander will get suppressed by that Guardian Weapons team. Warp Spider also going to deal a bit of damage to him as well. ASM's coming in for a bit of support, but Paranoid Kami should wait for the rest of his units to actually get here and have a full-on fight with Adila. Since Adila does have the majority of his, or all of his units really in the area, Banshees are making their way towards the area as well. Force Commander is going to be going in. ASM also going to be jumping in. Why can't I click on these ASMs? There we go. ASMs though going to be fighting Banshees. ASMs will lose this engagement, even with the Emperor activated. They're not going to have the damage output to actually fight the ASMs unless they land a special like that. However, the Avengers on retreat path of these ASMs could actually throw a grenade. I don't know if it is available or not, but ASM is going to be losing a model. Banshee's going to be losing even more models. Grenade is going to get thrown down though. It is going to land, and it will take down an ASM model. I'm surprised it didn't actually take down the entire squad, to be honest. That grenade was perfectly placed. Warp Spider also armed with the Entangling Web as well, which can combo extremely nicely with the Dire Avenger grenade, snare a squad into place, and it forces them to either retreat or either try and tank the grenade. And normally people will try and retreat rather than trying to tank the grenade unless it's something such as a Plague Marine squad or something that can actually tank a grenade properly. But the second generator here on this farm will get torn down here, but Adila does have his other generator farm still up and running with 2 generators, so it doesn't actually need to replace them immediately. And a Falcon is going to be the first purchase here for Adila. Paranoid Kami still taking up to tier 2 though, was a little bit late on taking up there. Force Commander going to be running back up to the VP once he sees Adila's army, and Tactical Marines and Scouts going to be pushing further forward. We're going to try and get outside of the radius here of this Guardian Weapons team, which, although it's not actually set in the correct way, the Entangling Web going to go down these Tactical Marines. Banshees coming in as well. It's going to force these Tactical Marines to retreat away straight away because they aren't able to actually reposition at all once entangled. And Banshees also going to be purchasing the Exarch as well, and the Falcon is rolling out of base right now. Good to see a generator bash here for Adila since he does have that Falcon. Falcon is extremely strong to ship bash generators.
Understood.
Does do good good damage against everything actually. And Paranoid Kami going to keep getting that Razorback, and also see the Sergeant getting purchased onto the ASMs as well. Not sure if he's going to be getting anything else, but he does need some AV, and currently he doesn't actually have any AV in the pipeline purchase here. Might need to ignore that Falcon for now, but the Falcon very difficult to actually ignore when it's doing so much damage to everything. We also have for the Emperor on the ASM once again, and Merciless Strike onto the Banshees. Banshees going to be taking a lot of damage, going to be forced to go inside that Falcon. Falcon going to be tearing down this generator farm. Banshees very low but still on full models here. We'll be able to reinforce from that Falcon however. And now the ASM going to be trying to melee down the Falcon, but the power swords and regular melee chainsaws are not going to be doing too much. Banshees exit the Falcon once again. Very risky of the Banshees to actually do so. Could even have retreat grenades as well from these Dire Avengers. Banshees going to be taking down ASM models here. In fact, the Sergeant might go down here if they're not careful. 2 models do go down. The grenade actually gets stuck on terrain there. Very unfortunate for Adila. But Razorback on the field, these Scouts are extremely low, do get inside the Falcon just in time. Tactical Marines also going to enter the Razorback in time. Banshees coming in here, crack shot onto the Dire Avengers. Banshees really going in here, definitely in risk of losing the Exarch. Will lose the Exarch to the Force Commander. The Falcon pushing in even further forward, but the Banshee still trying to push further forward. You can see the cameras also a bit awkward here as the Banshee is so split up across the map. Going to be jumping after these Scouts. Missile launcher Tactical Marines though are going to scare this Falcon away a little bit, but the Razorback though very low, 183 HP. The Banshee's able to get inside the Falcon just in time. The Thunder Hammer onto the Force Commander as well is really going to scare the Banshees. Falcon still taking extra damage here. For the Emperor though on these missile launch Tactical Marines, 195 health. Rear armor is getting shown. These Tactical Marines, one more hit should do it. Rear armor hit with for the Emperor. Tactical Marines going to be doing a lot of damage to that Falcon. Too much damage to the Falcon in fact. And Adila going to be down to just the 3 squads they had in tier 1 once again. 328 VPs, 402. Razorback is going to be free to do what it wants right now as the Banshees are retreating back to base. The Guardian Weapons team is trying to pepper this thing with bullets, but it's not going to be enough. And Razorback is going to flank round, so they can't even actually do anything at all. Scouts meanwhile at the very bottom going to try and push in, and Razorback looks like it's going to go for the generator farm here over Adila. Adila will probably be forced to stay in for a longer tier 2 more so than anything else after the Falcon loss and after getting power bashed once again for the 3rd time here. Paranoid Kami also going to be forced to go in for a longer tier 2 as well, as he was power bashed as well by that Falcon earlier. And Paranoid Kami going to be capping up a decent chunk of the map right now. Currently a 1-to-1 cap. Scouts are going to get the cap here, and scouts up here are going to get a decap and even a cap as well. And it's going to be a triple cap, in fact, for Paranoid Kami for a little bit, by the looks of things. Banshee's coming in though, fleeting in fact. ASM still don't have their Sergeant purchase. Actually no, they do have their Sergeant purchase, sorry. They are going to be jumping into have that guided weapons team. The Warp Spider's actually upgraded with the Power Blade. Banshees still have no Exarch leading them, so no heavy melee for them. But the Warp Spider should be able to tie up that Razorback into melee combat though. Merciless Strike going to be going down onto the Banshees. Banshees will get forced off here. Guided weapons team is going to set up once again. ASM don't actually have enough energy to jump in. There's no teleports back on the Force Command. Instead he's actually gone for the Armor of Alacrity instead. Warp Spider going to be teleporting in, going to get some rear armor hits on this Razorback. Level 2 Razorback does have an extra 40 HP compared to where it normally would. The Warp Spider is going to try and chase it down. Don't think he will be able to get a kill on it though, but it teleports in once again. Doesn't actually have the improved teleport. One more hit though and it will go down. 34 HP. ASM desperately trying to jump in here. Force Commander also trying to chase as well. The Warp Spider might go down, but he might take down the Razorback though. And we'll get that rear armor hit. We'll slap that down. ASM still needs to chase him down. ASM do actually have jump available and decides to actually jump, but the Warp Spider is going to juke them there, but the Force Commander is going to bark him on the head though with that Thunder Hammer and actually kill him. Tactical Marines in mid with a missile launcher. Going to be fighting some Dire Avengers. Missile launcher very ineffective against the infantry. And we do actually have a second Falcon out here for Adila. Oops, camera's going a bit buggy there. Banshees going in once again in the midst of purchasing their Exarch leader as well. 308 VPs to 265 is a triple cap here for blue team, or blue side, Paranoid Kami rather. Force Commander though might be going down, taking a lot of damage on retreat, but should be able to get out there just fine. ASM desperately trying to go in for a bash onto this power node, will be retreating away though, actually getting a nice retreat path here and managed to avoid having to run through the Banshees as such, but might even lose a model still. Will lose one model, but it's nicer of them to retreat through this way rather than having to retreat through the center here, where they might have lost 2 models against the Banshees. Guided weapons team going to be setting up here. Paranoid Kami going to be throwing a grenade. Guided weapons team is going to reposition once again and is going to set up once again. Scouts going to force melee on them instead. Oh no, force melee, just going to walk past them instead. But with the Razorback down, Paranoid Kami actually, he's actually purchased a Melter Bomb or the Thunder and Lightning kit on the ASM, allowing him to throw a Melter Bomb at the Falcon, and that combined with the Missile Launch Tactical Marines and along with plenty of red actually to spam for the Emperor, should actually be able to kill, or should have a good chance of killing the Falcon once again. But the Falcon doing a good job at this power generator farm. Adila is a bit worried though about the missile launch attacks and the AV of Paranoid Kami. Does actually pull away there with his Falcon, doesn't want to risk it as such. And these scouts being extremely annoying against this guided weapons team. They do actually get a decap on Adila's natural requisition point. Banshees are coming in. The Falcon is going to be even quicker though at reaching these scouts, and they are forced to retreat away. There are no Dire Avengers though for a retreat grenade against these scouts. Scouts very quick. It's actually a lot more difficult to hit a retreat grenade on scouts, I think, just because of how quick they are. Makes it a bit harder to judge. Paranoid Kami going to be taken up to tier 3. He did actually lose his generator farm, so he might not actually have enough power. If he doesn't spend any more power, he should actually be okay though. Warp Spider also getting repurchased here for Adila, and also getting the enhanced warp generator, which gives the Warp Spider a lot of energy regen. Also improves his default teleport ability as well, gives him extra range, and I believe it reduces the cooldown of it as well. The ASM coming in here, Melter Kit is armed. They do have their Sergeant, Missile Launch, Tactical Marines. That Falcon will need to be careful. The advanced target is also getting purchased as well. There you can see it reduces the cooldown teleport by 4 seconds, increasing the range of it by 20, and also gives them 2.5 health, or not health, energy regen per second. That combined with the advanced targeters, the entangling web, scouts will need to be very careful against the Warp Spider. Falcon is getting repaired up. Banshees and Dire Avengers are in the area. ASM going to be jumping onto that guided weapons team, will be forcing it off. Will not be able to take down any models, however. And Banshees are going to be fleecing in here. Banshees are unsupported right now. The Falcon is a little bit far away, so I don't think the Banshees are able to reinforce, and the Battlecry Force Commander and Merciless Strike going to miss there, over the Banshees are going to get caught out by that Battlecry hit with the Thunder Hammer. Warp Spider going to be very annoying though around the map. Warp Spider's actually coming into combat here. Banshee's going to get forced off. Did lose that Exarch as well. The entangling web could be combined here with the grenade. Grenade going to get thrown down. Dire Avengers actually kind of walking into their own grenade here. They might actually go down, in fact. Warp Spider is going to entangle some tactical marines here. Falcon is sitting a little bit too far away, won't actually be able to get any shots in. Warp Spider going to try and kite around, but he will in the end get forced off as he is a bit low on health right now. 269 VPs to 190 here. Paranoid Kami, still tier 3, does actually have enough resources now to call in some Terminators. Tactical Marines though, with 40 Emperor, Melter Bomb could also get thrown onto the Falcon as well. The Banshees are going to be coming in here. They might actually be able to stop these Tactical Marines from getting any shots, and it looks like that will happen. The Falcon also reversing in such a weird way that the Tactical Marines are getting path blocked constantly and unable to actually get any shots off with that missile launcher, but Tactical Marines look like they might live overall. Force Commander also going to get forced off here. Scouts also taking, or going to take a lot of damage here from the Falcon, unupgraded as well, but level 2. That's still not going to be enough to fight a Falcon. Banshee's going to go in for a cap here. Guided Weapons team trying to cap on the other side, but Scouts with a grenade available. The Warp Spider going to come in here as well. Guided Weapons team going to set up here. Scouts going to throw a grenade, but Adila does base it out with the setup. Warp Spider going to go in for a cap though. Guided Weapons team is set up, but unable to actually get any shots into the Scouts as there are shot blockers in the way. And Paranoid Kami is actually going to be going for a Predator instead of Terminators here. He really wants to actually kill that Falcon instead. Banshee's going to actually get a cap onto the natural here. Paranoid Kami is going to be a triple cap here for Adila, and Paranoid Kami does need to keep an eye on those VPs. He is ahead of VPs, but a triple cap will slowly close that gap in. Predator is going to be coming out though, and Adila might be able to kill it if he is very lucky with the Banshees and the Warp Spider as well, with the Power Blades doing heavy melee damage. Predator should probably upgrade to the reinforced armor plating if he wants to try and protect itself a little bit better, but might also upgrade to the Twin Link Last Cannons just to snipe that Falcon even quicker. Warp Spider here going to be meleeing down a power node here, going to try and turn onto that Predator. They do see the extra armor game purchased already. Warp Spider will be forced off though back to base. Missile launch Tactical Marines on that retreat path, where we're going to be doing too much here. And ASM going to try and force melee onto that Warp Spider, but again, not going to do too much. Warp Spider is on too much health and will be able to get away there just fine. Guided Weapons team is also going to have to reposition here. ASM going to be jumping in. Guided Weapons team is going to be forced to retreat away here. Scouts taking a lot of damage from Dire Avengers. Dire Avengers could push further forward, and webway gates are starting to go down all over the map right now. I think this one will get detected. You can see it getting built, and there's also a Scout Sergeant here for when it doesn't, or for when it does get built and it can't be seen. Webway gate also going to go down here. Webway gate up here as well. And there is just building gates all around the map. Fire Dragons have been purchased. Also gain their Exarch as well. Generators also getting placed down by Adila here. 179 VPs to 154. Fire Dragons could just go in. Rear armor hits on that Predator doing a lot of damage. And it looks like Adila is going to commit to this fight by the look of it. Fire Dragon's going to be focusing down that Predator. Force Command with the Thunder Hammer. Going to try and do what it can. Predator is not backing out. Will go down. ASM going to be tying up those Fire Dragons, but the Fire Dragons have already done their job. Banshee's going to be backing away as well. Sniping the Predator was a big win here for Adila. And for Paranoid Kami, only on 45 power in tier 3, can't actually afford any more tier 3 units as of yet. And is stuck with what he has got for now, unless he wants to go for some tier 1 or tier 2 units. ASM's with no energy to jump. Scouts could actually throw a grenade here to interrupt that Guided Weapons team, but Guided Weapons team needs to switch very fast. The ASMs are actually outside of the arc of fire here, so they should be able to tie up the Guided Weapons team instead. Going to go after that Falcon, going to go after the Guided Weapons team now. Adila with the Warp Spider going to be fighting some Scouts here in melee with the Power Blades. He should be able to win fairly easily, although he's only on 160 HP. And that's, wow, that's special though. Is definitely going to guarantee the Scouts will go down overall here. And Warp Spider will be free to cap here. Meanwhile, the Merciless Strike going to be going down. Looks like it actually failed there because the Sergeant did die before it could finish winding up. Fire Dragon's going to be pushing in. Force Commander could even go down here. Banshees are doing a lot of damage to him. Paranoid Kami down a Scout Squad, down a Predator. Going to be down a Force Commander here as well. And Scouts trying to get in a... or trying to kill this Webway Gate. Going to get forced off. Grenade does get thrown down. Will actually be able to kill the Webway Gate, surprisingly. Didn't think the grenade would do that much damage to the Webway Gate, but it was half health. Fire Dragon's going to go for a cap. Warp Spider going to go for a cap on the natural Paranoid Kami though. And another Guided Weapons team is getting purchased here for Adila. Paranoid Kami though going to be calling in some Terminators here. Don't know if it's going to be ranged or assault though. Going to be ranged Terminator for the Emperor as well, even getting casted onto them, but the Wolf Spider is a bit too quick here and does teleports away and retreats to safety. It's going to be a 2-to-1 cap here for Adila in a second. Paranoid Kami now making his way back out of base. But the ranged Terminators will need to be careful. There's not really any melee deterrent for the Banshees. The Force Commander is currently down on the ground. ASM could always jump to interrupt the Banshees. 163 VPs to 93. It's currently a 2-in-1 cap for Adila, so he will be able to close that VP gap up. And Falcon has managed to stay alive, even with the Melter Bomb and missile launch on these Tactical Marines. It's not enough AV as of yet. Scouts, they're going to get forced off here. I don't think they actually have the elite training, so there's no... We can actually tell from their health regen right now they don't have the elite training. The elite training might be something to consider to try and sneak off onto that right hand side. Guard Weapons team is going to get tied up here. Terminators unable to actually get suppressed. Should easily be able to force off that Guardian Weapons team. Adila is actually coming in for a push. Is going to be coming in from the side here. Falcon looking a bit awkward climbing up that staircase. But Banshees going to try and tie up these Terminators. And these type of Terminators, Guardian Weapons team will go down. Banshees are coming in. Terminators teleporting in a bit of an awkward spot here. Banshees look like they're stuck. Half the models are not close enough. Going to be tying up those Tactical Marines before they're able to actually get any missile shots off. Banshees don't need to be fighting the ASM now. Force them off and then force off the Terminators. Looks like the Sergeant on the ASM have gone down already. Banshees could turn or should turn, but they're trying to chase down these Tactical Marines. Not going to be able to finish them though. Fire Dragon's going to try and fight these Terminators. The teleport is on cooldown. The Fire Dragon's taking a lot of damage. That Falcon though is doing a lot of work. His level 2 ASM going to be jumping in trying to tie up the Fire Dragons. However, still a 2-in-1 cap for Adila. Adila is keeping Paranoid Kami occupied. Grenade could get thrown on Dire Avengers to try and kill these ASM. They're jumping in, but no grenade from the Dire Avengers. Banshees though, where are they? They're running back to base. Do have that Exarch though. And Falcon could probably come over here and try and poke down these ASM. The Falcon can actually tank a Melter Bomb, but the Wolf Spider is going to be coming in instead, going to be trying to tie up the ASM. Those Power Blades is actually going to take down one model. We'll take down a second model, and could actually finish off the squad here, but the Wolf Spider will go down because of it. Terminators though not forcing melee. If they force melee along with 40 Emperor, they could definitely kill that Wolf Spider. The Force Commander has been repurchased as well, level 5. 103 VPs to 93. Scouts once again trying to make an attempt here, but the Guardian Weapons team still remains set up and the Scouts will get forced off, but the elite training has actually gotten purchased here. Scouts will fall back, infiltrate and probably come back in. They are level 3, so they have plenty of energy to infiltrate around the map. Falcon's actually going over to go support the Guardian Weapons team, but I don't know if it's in time. The Guardian Weapons team actually repositions and to try and bait out the grenade presumably, but the Falcon and the Guardian Weapons team don't know where that grenade is coming from. Is going to land, and that Guardian Weapons team, it will go down unless it retreats right away. Fire Dragon's going to be defending that left hand side though, or the contested VP side. The Scouts will get forced off. The Falcon in need of some repairs. Banshees though need to go and tie up those Tactical Marines. Force Commander going to do that Battle Cry, but the Battle Cry is going to miss. A Falcon on 3 HP though. Will be able to barely get away. Banshee's going to try and tie up these Tactical Marines, going to be doing a nice amount of damage, but the Force Commander is trying to do what he can to prevent these Banshees. Terminators on retreat path as well. Could try and fist these Banshees on retreat. Fire Dragons trying to come in as well, but the Banshees are forced off. The Fire Dragons have nothing to really do here. Losing 2 models to that Force Commander, the Thunderhammer. The Thunderhammer doing bonus damage since Fire Dragons are now heavy infantry. The Assault Cannon is purchased, but it's still a 2-in-1 cap here for Adila. Paranoid Kami down to just 80 VPs here. Tactical Marine's going to go in for a decap on Adila's natural VP here. Falcon is getting some much needed repairs. Force Commander is taking a lot of damage here. Does need to be a bit careful. Weapons team also needs to be a bit careful. It's taking a lot of damage from that Assault Cannon Terminator squad. And Warp Spider actually teleports in very aggressively here against these missile launched Tactical Marines. That is a dead Tactical Marine squad. It is very low, 40 HP, should die to just range fire to be honest. Or we'll teleport in and finish him off. Dire Avengers gonna get forced off here by Terminators. Falcon very low but is level 3, does have 210 HP. ASM going to be capping the contested VP. Adila is going to try and capture the natural here. Banshees are going to come in through the webway gate here. That Force Commander is definitely going to go down. Battlecry unavailable though. Is available now but is only going to knock down the Banshee at the very last second. The Falcon though, down to 83 HP, grenade does get thrown at the feet of the Scouts, but the Banshees will dodge it. Banshees now going to go in for the Terminators here. Terminators teleporting away, 2-to-1 cap here for Paranoid Kami. Warp Spider going to go in for a cap onto the natural of PK. Banshee, the Exarch is extremely far ahead compared to the rest of the models here. Falcon is coming in for some repair support, but a Melter Bomb can just get thrown onto the Falcon. The Falcon is so low, the Melter Bomb could just get thrown from these ASM and kill that Falcon. Adila needs to be extremely careful here. Melter Bomb still not getting thrown onto this Falcon. ASM going to be losing a model. There goes the Melter Bomb, and the Falcon will go down here. The Banshees and Fire Dragon going to try and defend the area. Guided Weapons team going to go in for a cap onto the contested side. Banshees look like they want to go in once again, but for the Emperor on these Terminators, it's going to be a bit too much. The Banshees going to jump in and get forced away here. Currently a 2-to-1 cap, 67 VPs to 63 though. Don't know what the Warp Spider can do by himself. There are some Dire Avengers in the area, but Terminators are still going to be doing too much damage, so still on 2,300 HP as well. Warp Spider going to try and tie up the ASM into melee combat. Dire Avengers coming in here for a bit of support as well. ASM going to be fighting the Warp Spider now in melee combat. Guided Weapons team is going to get tied up though by the Force Commander. They are able to actually get a cap right now, so it's currently a 1-0 cap here for Adila. Vanguard Veterans upgrade coming in. Warp Spider will go down. Dire Avengers don't have a grenade available by the looks of things, and the ASM will be able to upgrade in the midst of this fight to the Vanguard Veterans here. And no webway gates along the bottom here, so Adila isn't able to actually do a sneak cap onto the VP here, but there are some scouts trying to defend anyway. And there is a webway gate trying to get built, but the Force Commander is on his way to tear it down with that hammer. 48 VPs to 63. Adila doesn't actually have enough to buy back his commander just yet. At least 250 minimum, but because his commander has been leveled up from doing so much work throughout the game, it will cost extra. He does actually come out of this gate boss. Some Terminators, we need to be careful here. Terminators a bit unsupported. Vanguard Veterans though in the area should be able to support the Terminators fairly well. Shotguns also getting purchased onto the scouts as well. Merciless Strike is going to be knocking back those Banshees. Terminators now going to be firing from range. The grenade gets thrown by the scouts. Dire Avengers are able to cap here. Shotgun scouts doing a lot of damage. Banshees unable to reinforce in the field since Falcon has gone down. Vanguard Veterans are going to go down. Banshees going to get forced away though. Dire Avengers are going to go down to the Shotgun scouts though. Fire Dragons trying to do what they can to the Terminators. 48 VPs to 20. The Warp Spider is still dead. Terminators will go down. Shotgun scouts will also go down here if not careful. The Guided Weapons team should go in for the cap while the Fire Dragons fight these scouts here. But still Adila on 6 VPs, unable to actually get a cap here on his natural and unable to get a decap anywhere else. Paranoid Kami will be able to take this game in a very close ending here. And also the monthly Rumble tournament is today and probably about 2.5 hours after this cast, so make sure you have a look on Twitch to see that live. The link is in the description down below. Be sure to like and subscribe if you do like these casts as well.